We were 11 points clear, flying in the Champions League and looking unstoppable. Then this happened. Welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson Aberdeen Challenge here on Super Sammy Plays. We've been dominating the league once again this season, and we're also in a strong position in Europe too. But after ending the last episode with an injury to two of our key players, things only get worse in this one. So, can we keep the good times rolling, or will this ever-growing list of injuries come back to bite us? Let's find out. And the first game of the episode is going to be a chance to extract revenge on Benfica, and it starts off perfectly as they score an own goal in the 23rd minute to give us a one-goal lead. We added a second in the 25th with Morgan Gibbs-White pulling it into the middle, and Mate standing in for the injured Wernblad, scoring to make it 2. We added a third in the 36th as Diaby out playing on the left-hand side to allow Gabby Carvalho to get some more game time. And it doesn't seem to matter what side he's playing on as he's scoring anyway. And it's Diaby's cross that comes to Morgan Gibbs-White to give us the fourth just in the second half. We did look at adding a fifth with Matey, but unfortunately he shoots just wide of the post as we go on to win 4-0 and get 3 precious points. And I know that was a European game, but this is how we are standing in the league at the moment. After 15 played, we are 11 points clear of Hibs, who are second. They do have a game in hand on us, though, so hopefully they don't gain any more ground with that one. And we are 16th in the Champions League phase after 5 games played with 7 points. So another win or two, and we should be looking pretty good to qualify for the knockout stages. And with the January transfer window right around the corner, the Saudi clubs are looking at bringing back 2 players that we actually took from Saudi, as Gabby Carvalho is wanted, and we paid 10 million for him, and he's currently worth 17.5 to 21 mil. So we're looking at least doubling our money if we were to sell him. Also, Marcos Leonardo is wanted, which is unsurprising after he has already scored 18 goals for us so far in 18 starts in total. And yeah, that is unsurprising that somebody wants him. But he also doesn't have a release clause, so we're in total control of whether we actually want to sell him or not. Next up, we welcome Dundee to Pataudry. And a great day for our new signing, Nico Gonzalez, in this one, as he puts us 1-0 up in the 26th minute before adding his second 6 minutes later as Sarto's loose touch drops back to him and he fires in the near post. He then wraps up his hat-trick just inside the second half as Morgan Gibbs-White out on the left plays it into the middle. And yeah, what a day it was for him, and certainly doing bits for us this season. Turning out to be a real good signing. And unsurprising, it is him that is getting the plaudits from that game. And like I say, he has been doing really well for us. You can see 8 starts in the league with 1 sub-appearance and 6 goals and 5 assists. I did want to check just to confirm, and he doesn't have a release clause. So if anybody does want to take him off our hands at the end of the season, they're going to have to pay a pretty penny for him. I also saw Gilberto Morat come up as his contract is expiring at Tijuana in January. So he's certainly one that we'd be looking at because I've seen him on other saves and he's really good. Doesn't look quite as good on this save, and we do have players in that position. Obviously, we don't play with a cam at the moment. So someone we'll keep an eye on. Maybe if we change tactics, he'll be someone we go for. Surprisingly as well, we have an issue with Diaby. Apparently, I'm not playing him enough, which is I find that a bit strange because I feel like he's actually been playing pretty much every game. But he will have a chance to impress in this one again. Not that he needs to, but we're playing Karabag and we look to get off to a great start with Diaby getting an assist. But unfortunately, he was offside in the build-up. The goal does get ruled out, and unfortunately, it's not going to stand for Mate. But not to worry, as 14 minutes in, Marcos Leonardo puts us 1-0 up after he gets onto a Morgan Gibbs-White cross. And then Mate does get his goal after he gets onto a Jimenez cross, heading home to make it 2. 33 minutes in, Litherland gets on the score sheet, making it 3. And then we added a fourth 2 minutes later as Nico Gonzalez continues his good form by making it 4. We have to wait until the 82nd minute before we finally hit the back of the net again. And it's Gabby Carvalho's cross into the middle and a youngster McMinn rounding the scoring off as we go on to win 5-0. We did have this message pop up about Marcos Leonardo facing a contract stalemate, which is standard paper trash. But yeah, he's got 18 months left on his contract. So I thought I'll take this opportunity to renew his contract if he is willing, which he was. And we extend his contract by 4 years once this all goes through. But while we wait for that to happen, we do have another match as we go away to Hearts. And we continue our good form in this one as Meite plays it to Diaby. And he, like I say, doesn't matter which side he's on. He's either assisting or scoring. It seems to be he's actually scoring more on the left-hand side, which is quite funny. But Hearts do get back into it after Dandat scores in the 10th minute. And just like as you've seen in the last few episodes, I got caught on the tactics menu again and nearly missed a goal. But thankfully, we do have a replay to show Meite smashing it into the back of the net to restore our 2-1 lead. Pujic then gets on the score sheet as well to make it a little bit more comfortable for us to make it 3-1. And then Meite laying it off to Leonardo. The ball comes out wide to Diaby and his cross to the far post is headed home by Keskinen to give us a 4-1 lead. We do concede another right at the end, but it's not going to be enough to cause us any problems as Kumas pulls it back and the cross comes in and Wilson heads home to make it 4-2. But we do hold on to the win and get another 3 points. And Diaby is the one getting the recognition, which is pretty nice to see after he's just complained about his game time. And we have made it 67 unbeaten now. But this is going to get tougher going forward from this point as Meite has picked up a torn hamstring and he's going to be out for the next 6 to 9 weeks, which means that we are now without 2 of our strikers. Which means we are going to have to go back to the single striker formation, which you will have seen last season. They're basically the same, but we've just got a number 10 rather than the 2 strikers. And it looks like it's not really affecting us too much as we go 1-0 up with Moussa Diaby scoring again in the 6th minute against Motherwell. We then get a penalty in the 34th as Morgan Gibbs-White gets brought down. And Awa is going to step up to take this one and send the keeper the wrong way and make it 2-0. So we do have another chance to add a third as the corner gets cleared to the edge of the box and Awa shooting from range and his effort is saved from the goalkeeper. And then the youngster Hernandez gets tackled and Morgan Gibbs-White rattles the crossbar. All this inside the first half, by the way. And then we go close again as Lazatic's header gets saved. But we pick it up with Prank Pelage. He lays it off to Renato Sanchez and his effort is saved from the goalkeeper. So we do only win by the 2 goals. And that'll certainly be a sign of things to come. And then typically, after he's complained about his game time and shown real good performances, Diaby has fractured his ribs and he's going to be out for a little while as well. And as you can see, 8 goals and 18 assists. He's going to be a big miss for us. But that contract has been signed and gone through. And Leonardo is going to be extending our stay. And he's now got 19 goals and 6 assists in 22 starts and 2 sub appearances, which is pretty crazy considering he couldn't hit a barn door for us last season. Can he do it in this match though as we play Celtic at Celtic Park? He is the solo striker in this one, and Carvalho has an effort saved early on. But Carvalho does get his goal after Nico Gonzalez pulls it into the middle. Sato lays it off to Jimenez, and his effort deflects back to Carvalho. He puts us 1-0 up. So things are looking just as they have been for the last year or so, pretty much. Dominating, going up early. But Bakayoko gets Celtic back level. And after that, we do go close again as Awa cuts in on his right foot and has an effort saved by the goalkeeper. But it is going to be Celtic that take the lead. It didn't come until the 80th minute, but a wonderful cross to the far post. I've got to give it to him there. And an easy header to make it 2-1. And then we gave them a penalty, giving them a chance to extend their lead as Renato Sanchez gets sent off for a second yellow card. Fabio Vieira does step up and our youngster Anderson pulls his bluff and stays down the middle and makes the save. But just a couple of minutes later, Anderson parrying it out straight to Colombo and we do lose our first match in 68 games. And yeah, it's hard not to look at having a young goalkeeper and changing the formation and going to a single striker. But after that, we do go look into the future. I say look into the future. He is 30 years old. But Boubacar Kamara is leaving Aston Villa on a free transfer. So he's certainly somebody that I was interested in signing. Whether it's to play as a centre mid or whether we change formation and play him as a defensive midfielder, he could be very, very good for us. But unfortunately, he does want between 130 and 160,000 pound a week, which is way more than we are paying anyone at the moment. And yeah, unfortunately, he's got to be more than we are able to offer him right now. Maybe it's something that we can look at the end of the season. But we get a chance to rectify things after that loss to Celtic as we go to St Mirren and we get an early goal in this one as Awat bags another penalty for the second game. No, not the second game in a row. I'm talking waffle. But Keskinen scores an absolute worldie in this one to make it 2-0. And yeah, he's standing in for the injured Diaby and certainly doing the business as Marcos Leonardo makes it 3. And then we added a fourth just before half-time as Jimenez finds Leonardo with a cross and makes it 4. We scored our fifth 3 minutes from time as Prank Pelage takes the free kick. The deflected effort finds Bojic and he taps into the back of the net to round off the scoring and give us a 5-goal win. And our right back is the man getting the praise from that one, and he's certainly been very good for us. Been a wonderful signing considering we bought him off the back of just not wanting Inter Milan to have him. I hadn't even scouted him, and what a signing it's turned out to be. Now worth 22 to 25 million. I think we only paid about $1.5 million for him. So yeah, could still improve as well, which is also pretty big. And Marcos Leonardo does also get a goal bonus from that as he has now bagged 20 goals in the league for us. So he has certainly turned his form around for us. And here's something nice to end the episode on as our youngster Martin Wernblad, poorly injured at the moment, but he has won the European Golden Boy Award. And yeah, hopefully it's not a curse because we've seen in the past some of the players that have actually won this go on to actually flop in the end. But what he's doing so far, I don't see any sign of that happening. 14 goals in 16 starts for us, 4 sub-appearances. He could really have a big future at this club. So our incredible 68-game league unbeaten run does come to an end, and it's hard not to look at injuries as a major factor in that. Losing players like Mate and Wernblad has forced us to change our formation, and with those tactical tweaks, you can't help but notice that we look a little bit vulnerable at the moment. The good news is we are still comfortably clear at the top of the table and we're in a pretty good position in Europe too. So we just need to get those players back injury-free before we go into the knockout round of the Champions League, assuming that we get there. We've also got the January transfer window just around the corner, so we have got a chance to strengthen the squad and welcome some new faces to Pittodrie. But that is going to be it for today's episode, and if you enjoyed it, please do me a favour, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.